I see what, chaps and chapettes, Game Chap and Bertie here.
Yes.
Yes, videos, and I dare say we have some rather interesting news of sorts for you here pertaining to a game that's been causing a bit of controversy, old chap.
We most certainly do, and the question is, have they made a boob with it?
Well, we certainly hope not. You see, videos, the controversy appears to be surrounding one of Nintendo's latest games, does it not, old chap?
It most certainly does, yes indeed. A game called Senran Kaguru, apparently.
Burst, apparently.
Oh yes, Senran Kaguru Burst, yes, which is out in Japan and in America, apparently, and due for release in Europe shortly.
Ah, yes, I do note, videos. This is, of course, a 3DS game, importantly, meaning you can get 3D graphics on it, old chap.
You can get 3D graphics, 3DS game, yes, most certainly is. And the whole game is about fighting ninja girls.
Lovely.
Yes, it's ninja girls that fight each other. It's a fighting game.
That's rather good.
Yes, but there's one problem.
What?
Well, you see, recently a reviewer wrote about this game, and he said, basically, this game is a crime, it's a sin to humanity,
What?
It's an absolute crime and sin to play it.
Oh.
And if you play it, well, it's very possible you could be hung by your neck until death.
I say, great
Well,
did you really say that, old
apparently
chap?
it's terrible. Oh, it's awful.
My word, now just to give you a little detail, videos, this game is a side-scrolling beat-em-up style game with RPG progression and 10 characters to play. It makes use of 3D for some scenes involving, well, girls, but no nudity, etc.
Oh, no.
Anything like that, I say. Sometimes the girls take damage to their clothing when they're fighting, if they take too much damage, you know.
Well, apparently so. This is what they say, yes.
It's realistic, old chap.
Well, yes, it's realistic, most certainly, yes.
And also, you've got a nice little pre-order bonus in the UK from some idiots being a rather nice 3D poster, as you can see there, old chap.
Most certainly is, yes. It's just a fighting game, you see, with girls.
Yes. Now, apparently, you'll see the controversy surrounding this was, of course, that the reviewer we mentioned earlier claimed the game was bad for the industry and should be avoided, you know.
Apparently it should be avoided like the plague, yes, oh, terrible.
Like the plague, old chap.
That's an awful thing, yes. Apparently he wouldn't even dare post any pictures, presumably for the aforementioned fear of being hung by the neck until dead.
Hung or quartered, old
Well, I
chap.
guess so. The article also went on to say that it was even in the vein of Dead or Alive, Code of Princess,
No.
Dragon's Crown, etc.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, presumably he doesn't like fighting games.
They're horrible games. How could you mention those names, old chap?
Well, I don't know. He must not like them, I suppose. And further went on to say that it makes a huge deal about showing busty characters with revealing clothing. Well, presumably he doesn't like that either.
He doesn't like all these things, old mate. They're frightful, I say.
Well, understandable, I suppose.
He also said, well, this doesn't have to male characters in games, and he also, whilst he didn't give any specific
Well,
reasons...
hang on, wait a minute. Dead or Alive's got male characters in.
But it has actually, old mate. It's a good
He
point.
doesn't like that either.
He doesn't like this either.
Doesn't like anything.
Yes, that's right, old boy. You can have male characters in Dead or Alive with almost no clothes on, you know. But anyway, regardless of all this, I just say, Bertie, old boy, what was the point of all of these, well, points, old chap?
Well, the article didn't really give any real reasons, really. It just said it was bad, see?
Right.
Apparently there's no justification for it whatsoever, and, well, you don't even have to have strong views, apparently, to realise it's completely wrong. It's awful, terrible, evil sin, and should never be done.
Ever in the world, old chap.
Yes. Well, it seems that this article is encouraging us to assume that Nintendo just aren't staying abreast of the trends here, and they've made somewhat of a boob with making this game, not understanding the proper and correct way for ladies to dress.
Yes, that's right, old
Right.
chap. Perhaps Nintendo are hoping it's going to bite back their fortunes, old chap.
Oh, perhaps it is. It might well do.
Now, of course, the chap said this is one of the worst games around, and whatever you do, never play it, never talk about it, never think about it, and for goodness sakes, don't ever do YouTube videos on it, old boy.
What?
Well, videos, indeed, there you go. Have Nintendo made a bit of a boob with this game, as Bertie says, or indeed, is it just a straw in a teacup over a fighting game with a spicy twist?
Well, indeed.
My word, there you go, videos. Thank you for joining us in this Game Channel Bertie and news update bulletin of sorts. I'm very good to see you once more the next exciting guiding I say. Until then...
Oh, Nintendo need a good dressing down for this.